The lesson 504 is about indirect objects. That may be a little tough, so I'll explain a little bit. The indirect object is the person who is receiving the action, who's getting a gift, or if I bought a gift to my mom is the indirect object. If I gave flowers to you is the indirect object. Okay? So, el verbo dar, vamos a repasar el verbo dar, to give. Yo doy flores, tú das chocolates, ella da regalos, nosotros damos flores, ellos dan chicle. So, María. La chica se llama María. María tiene un helado. María da un helado. ¿A quién? ¿A quién María da un helado? María da un helado a Frankenstein. María da un helado a mí. María da un helado a mi papá. ¿A quién María da un helado? To whom? Esto es the indirect object. Okay. So, María da un helado a mí. ¡Qué bueno! Mira, señora Siqueira. ¿Qué es señora Siqueira? So, María da el helado a mí. Oh, ¿qué va aquí? What are we going to put here? What pronoun? That's the indirect object pronoun is going to come in here. So, what do you think? She's giving to me. So, lo siento, to me. So, si María is giving that to me, entonces María da un chocolate a mí. So, vamos a ver. ¿Tú crees que es María le da? Because María es ella. So, should it be le? Because María, ella, le? No, Maria is not giving to her. Le is like to her, so that would be wrong. So let's see. ¿Por qué? Oh, María me da un helado. Me da. A mí, to me, me da un helado. Yo doy un chocolate. ¿A quién yo doy el chocolate? ¿Yo doy el chocolate a mis estudiantes? No. No doy el chocolate a mis estudiantes. ¿Yo doy el chocolate a ti? No. No te doy el chocolate. Yo doy el chocolate a mi nieta. Esta es mi nieta Erika. So, yo le doy un chocolate a mi nieta. Very good is to first do the conjugation, underline the indirect object, and then look at the indirect object and see a mi nieta is to my granddaughter, to her. If it's to her, would I say me doy? Me doy, I'm giving to myself. Te doy, I'm giving to you. Nos doy, I'm giving to us. So it should be le doy because I'm giving to one granddaughter. So le is to her or to him. Oh, pero Alejandra, mi nieta, dice, yo quiero chocolate. So yo les doy un chocolate o dos chocolates a mis nietas, to them, to both girls. So no es le, porque dos nietas, les doy. So if it's to them, I would say les doy. Yo les doy un chocolate a mis nietas. No, yo me doy. Me doy, I'm giving to myself. Te doy, I'm giving to you. So yo le doy, if it's una nieta. Yo les doy, if it's two nietas. Look at the doy, da, doy, das. It doesn't have anything to do with the indirect object. The verb conjugation you do regularly. Yo doy, tú das, ella da. But then the indirect object, it's according to who is receiving the gift. So, tú das flores a tu mamá. A tu mamá, so tu mamá is who is receiving the action. She is receiving the flowers. She is the indirect object. So tu mamá is a girl. So to ella, a ella. So to her. So if you say a ella, would you say les or le? You would say le because it's tu mamá. If it was tu mamá y tu papá, so dos personas, les. Una persona, to her or to him, le. Two people, les. Les, no, tú das. Okay, so first do the conjugation, tú das. Leave the blank space, look at the indirect object, and then you put the indirect object pronoun. Me, te, le, nos, les. For vosotros is os, but we don't use that, so we're just going to go me, te, le, nos, les. 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 A mí es mi, a ti es ti, a él, a ella es le, a nosotros nos, a nosotras nos, a ellos, a ellas, a ustedes les, me, te, le, nos, les, me, te, le, nos, les. So the steps for the homework, okay, first you're going to choose the right conjugation of dar. So you look at the verb on the verb chart on the first page. So you're going to do, for example, yo doy juguetes a ti. Yo doy juguetes a ti. Oh, the indirect object is a ti, a ti. So a ti is me, te, le, nos, o les. Piensa, piensa, piensa. Think, think, think. A ti would be te. Yo te doy juguetes a ti. So you leave a blank space for the indirect object pronoun. Me, te, le, nos, les. Underline the person, a ti, who is receiving the gift. The chocolate, los juguetes, las flores, los regalos, las joyas. And now, according to who you underline, so did you underline a ti? Did you underline a mi mamá? Did you underline a Maria? A nosotros? This is the person receiving the action, receiving the chocolate, los juguetes, las flores. Now you choose the indirect object pronoun, and then you're going to look at the chart on the next page to choose the indirect object pronoun. Me, te, le, nos, les. So a mí, if it's to me, for me, you're going to say me. Maria me da flores. A ti, to you, you're going to say te. Yo te doy una nota buena, good grade. A ella, a él, or a usted, remember usted is you formal, le. So, mi mamá le da chocolate a mi hermano. A nosotros, to us, nos. Mi papá nos da joyas. A ellos, a ellas, a ustedes, so to them or to you guys, les. So, tú les da flores a los chicos or a las chicas. So basically, in summary, okay, you have some example here. Luisa da regalos a mi amigo. So, mi amigo. So, in summary, all you have to do is worry about doing your conjugation. Okay, so take a look at yo, tú, él, nosotros. Look at the verb chart on the first page. Then look at the indirect object. The indirect object is not necessarily related to the subject, but the indirect choice is the person who is getting the action or the present, to me, to you, to her. Then use me, te, le, nos, les. And go to the sentence, conjugate the verb, underline the indirect object, and then check which pronoun you will need. And then you put the indirect object pronoun in between the subject, yo, and the verb, doy. So, yo doy regalos a ti. Yo te doy regalos a ti. Ok, muchas gracias.